Hello my fellow adventurers and welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year, if I haven't said that to you yet. This video is going to be focused on Guild Wars 2 and what I think the game does well with a bit of my experience mixed in there as a new player. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a casual gamer who's been passionate about story-rich games since I was a kid. I love all different types of games, RPGs, immersive crafting games, high-action shooters, chill farming games, and yes, MMORPGs. With my first MMORPG being World of Warcraft, I decided to start branching out last year into trying new MMORPGs when I created this YouTube channel. Guild Wars 2 is one of them. Since then, I've been casually playing Guild Wars and introducing the game to my close friends and Twitch community over the past 6 to 8 months. The beginning of Guild Wars 2 is very exciting and presents you with a lot of choices early on, which can be overwhelming for someone who is not used to having this many choices in video games. But please, take your time and push through the character creation portion of this game, because the personalization really shines bright here. Every choice that you make during this phase will be mentioned again during your personal stories or throughout the game. This leads to the first thing that I think Guild Wars 2 does well, which are the beginner areas. Guild Wars 2 has a very easy introduction and tutorial section. Each race's starting area map is different. The map is clear, the ability is well laid out for you on your action bar, and the game presents you with tips in order to help you around the UI, which helps you understand the capabilities of your newly created character. I like this because with other games like Classic WoW, there was a bit of a learning curve there if you've never played the game before or you've never played an MMORPG before. Back when I started, it was very difficult. I had to do a lot of research. I had to ask a lot of people different questions about how to combine certain skills and talents in order to make my character as effective as possible without dying. And yeah, at some points that was actually fun because it felt like it was in your hands to survive, and you just learn as you go along. You weren't guided at all. And for a lot of people who used to like World of Warcraft, that's probably what they like most about the game. Your hand wasn't being held. With Guild Wars 2, there is no guessing about what works best when you're first starting out. Just try to have fun and enjoy the adventure, the landscapes, the NPCs, the story-rich dialogues, and very cool character abilities. Once you have that down pat and you think you are an invincible badass, you will reach a point where you need to reassess these skills. Get interested in the type of weapons and gear that you have equipped. This leads me into the second thing that I think the game does well, which is variety. Tired of your character already? No worries. Equip a different weapon than what you started with, and you're presented with a whole new set of abilities to try out and explore. Every new detail that you discover in this game will make you want to keep trying new things and showing them off to your friends. You can heal now, Guardian? How'd that happen? This leads to the third thing that I think that Guild Wars 2 does exceptionally well, which is collaboration. As you continue your adventure past the beginner maps, you will reach some group events scattered around the map. Usually these are marked by an orange icon or a circle drawn on the map. When you enter this area, other players will start to appear next to you, and you'll all be working towards the same event goals. You'll start to see other players stop attacks on certain towns, participate in collecting certain items in order to power up a robot or a plant. Something that really makes the world feel alive are these living, breathing, organic experiences that I haven't found in any other MMORPGs. ArenaNet attached daily rewards for going back and completing these events on lower level maps, so all different level players will be there trying to get credit. As long as you participate in delivering one object or killing/defending against one creature, you will get the experience and reward, which usually is karma or some silver, maybe a piece of gear or a chest with some other things inside of it like dyes. Getting to the fourth thing that I think Guild Wars 2 does exceptionally well is level scaling and loot competition. Like I started to explain with your dailies, there is an incentive for higher level players to join lower level areas to participate in these events, because these unlock at any point during the game. So the game scales their levels down to whatever the max level is for that area. The max level in the game being level 80, if an 80 level character comes back to, say, Brisbane Wildlands to participate in an event, they will be scaled down to that max level of that area. Gathering and looting chests is all shared throughout the map, and as long as you participate in the event, you get the same rewards everybody else does, along with your own set of experience. I remember in World of Warcraft leveling up in Tearsfall Glades, my warrior was running around to mine some silver or forget whatever it was, and another player went there on their faster level mount, which was the 100% speed mount, and collected the node before I did. I was really disappointed and pissed off because it took me a little bit to get there on foot. So as a new player in this game, the other players were very friendly and inviting because of this sense there is no competition. The biggest competition is more along the lines of who has the newest fashion back piece or the coolest mount available in the gem store. Even the legendary items are more of a vanity thing, but not really necessary in order to play the game and max level. Being a new player, this can take a little while to understand. And to be honest, when I first started playing, it was very confusing to me. Things like guild missions, open world events. I didn't really understand how to complete dailies by myself. I wish I started when the game first came out, so I could have had a more kind of like explorative experience like everybody who started the game did, and not always have to rely on people who have had this part of the map explored in order to tell me where I need to go to get my first mount, where I need to go to complete my daily, or join them in a dungeon, or find a jumping puzzle on my own. I feel like those discoveries and experiences got taken away from me because I was a new tadpole in a big pond of very experienced turtles. As a person, I don't like coming off clueless where everybody around you knows exactly what to do and they just show you how to do it. It takes away from the magic of discovering and figuring out things yourself for the first time. Being told to jump into the Path of Fire expansion just to unlock a mount makes me not know what happened in the past two storylines, and you're kind of just dropped into this story that you don't really understand. The lore and how massive the world is really adds to the whole feeling of being lost and that you have no purpose in this game. But that does not take away from the opportunity of it being an amazing solo adventure. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice based on my experience over the past 8 months as a casual Guild Wars 2 player and streamer / content creator. My friends told me in the beginning, do not ask anybody for help, go right through the story from start to end because it's very linear. I did not do that. I wanted a mount. I wanted to unlock different mounts in the Path of Fire expansion because that's when they get unlocked. I wanted to unlock my glider in the Heart of Thorns expansion, so I skipped ahead. What I would suggest to you is to just get the base game, only go through your personal story, finish that up, then go through the living story 2, and then jump into the Heart of Thorns. Don't rush through it. Don't jump into different dungeons that are outside of the main game, the base game. Don't worry about elite specializations right away. You can complete pretty much everything with no elite specialization, just normal specializations on your character. You can check out my other videos where I go into depth more on those topics. I'll leave a card right here for you. So I recommend not jumping into things that other players can guide you through unless it's entirely necessary, like for your personal story, in order to progress your personal story, etc. Being a streamer and a content creator, I wanted to experience everything really fast. So I jumped into things with my guild like raids, strikes, dungeons, fractals, open world meta events, and all the PvP modes. But what I wish for you to focus on as a new player, for somebody who's never played a game before or never played, Guild Wars before, say like if this was your first MMORPG, kind of like World of Warcraft was my first MMORPG, I would want you to just go ahead, get a bunch of new people who's never played the game before and just try it out together. Play with your wife, your kids, your friends, other new players that come in the game so you can experience all of Tyria from a fresh perspective, not through a lens of a veteran who has 5 sets of legendary armor and has done every piece of content 5 times on every other character. In this game, there's not an endless open world of possibilities. Let me repeat that. There is not an endless amount of open possibilities. They will end. You will be able to do everything, even though it might take hundreds of hours. But in the beginning, they may seem so overwhelming that I definitely did not cover everything in this video, because that is up to you and your own opinion. I want you to make an opinion based off of your playthrough experience. I want you to tell me what Guild Wars 2 does well. I want you to tell me why you like and dislike the game. So thank you for watching, and please drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.